Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Speak right now.
Yes, dear, go ahead.
In this modern era, we always meet new people in different places. However, only a few of people get etched in our memories. Some of them quite interesting and we want to know more. Here, I would like to talk about a person I remember vividly who I met once only. He is a popular speaker in Indonesia and his name is Matiku, but people call him Postman. He regularly conduct free workshop for benefit of people. Well, almost 2 years back, I attended one of his live workshop. In that meeting, he talked in detail about unconscious mind in a fabulous way. I like it. This is very interesting topic to me because starting from that day, I have been changing my life in a good way. In addition, he was intelligent man and we all got impressed with his personality, especially his value of life. I was quite interested in knowing how he has achieved success and what are his future plans, his theory as well. Moreover, he introduced us with all the challenges and opportunities that people may confront if they have any difficulties in life. In his opinion, most people fail in achieving success because of their mind. He said that our goals should be brightened. We must break our limit with practice, and our negative thoughts have to be reduced so that we can think clearly and positively. This is how our subconscious mind will work for us to changing our habit and give an impact to our life. For me, he is a great inspiration, and I hope I could attending his next seminar soon. That's all.
Thank you, dear. That was really nice of you. I think you have prepared, you have worked on the content, you have made an effort here. That's what we see. Quickly coming to the positives of speaking, you have used words like always, talking about the frequency of it. However, but to connect your contrasting or opposite ideas that you have as well. And one thing you could have also explained his personality trait as to, if he large, knowledgeable. And one last thing, just one improvement, that is indirect speech that we will have to use when we are reporting the conversation. That is all, dear. So your speaking overall was great, except that indirect speech one.
Good man. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. The next participant, please.
Okay, ma'am. Well, at some point in our lives, we all have this one person who we met once and are curious to know more about him. Whether it's national hero, popular artist, or a political person, or maybe a character from a movie, we have our own reasons of inquisitiveness. But today I'm going to talk about one person who I really want to meet, and that is Mr. Zafar Iqbal. He's a present chairman in a pharmaceutical industry called Saffron. Last year, I had an opportunity to meet him once under my company's community program, and I can never forget that time when I met with him. Then, out of curiosity, I started reading his biography. Moreover, over the time, my ambition only grew stronger and raised my spirit of inquiry. Well, there are various reasons as to why I want to know more about Mr. Zafar Iqbal. Because I am impressed by his business acumen. I love his boldness in infusing his perspectives. Moreover, his qualities like kindness and empathy make him a true gentleman. Furthermore, this 80-year-old businessman has proved that he is much more than an industrialist. So knowing more about him can teach important life lessons that can eventually lead us to become better human beings. Apart from possessing remarkable business foresight, I feel inspired by his utmost simplicity and humanity. He never took his wealth for granted and still works actively at the age of 75. So in the end, if I had to describe Mr. Zafik Palin words, I would say he's the epitome of humility.
All right, dear. Thank you so much. You started off really well and you had a good amount of content and your vocabulary, that is lexical resource, was up to the mark. You started using
Okay.
connectors, adding a lot of other
Okay.
additional info as well, using
Okay.
furthermore. So great, dear.
Yes.
So continue to do the great job. Thank you so much for your participation.
Okay. Thank you.
I met her back in 2007. Um, she's called Mepamai. Well, she moved from another university to the one where I was attending. It was at the end of the second semester in the first year. So uh, as she was a newbie there, so I introduced myself to her first. Uh, she looks really kind and but a kind of unhealthy and like a weak. So I wanted to protect her like a sister, like a friend. So at the time, even though I met her only once, I wanted to know about her more. So I asked everything her, like where she lived, how is her family, everything, her personality. And then finally, the good things was she belonged to the same tribe as mine. So that's made me so happy. And then I was more attached to her. Uh, so luckily I met again. I met again in the second year of university. We sat side by side and she became finally my best friend. We are more than friends, like sister. We have a conversation almost every day. Until now, every day. We are like ready to help each other as much as we can. Yes, I don't have any like a person who I met once and I want to know more about her, except her. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. We will have to see, you had good amount of content, so you were really delighted when you were explaining things. However, coming to grammar part, all right, we will use some of the connectors to connect your ideas. Like I saw her first in the class. Later, I took an initiative to have a conversation with her, after which we became closer. Like that, if you start using connectors to connect your ideas, that will be more presentable and your scores also would look attractive, dear.
Thank you.
Yes.
I want to speak, ma'am, if you allow me.
Yes, dear. Go ahead, please.
There are numerous personalities who are renowned in all over the world, and I am also interested in various Bollywood and Hollywood celebrities. Even though I have met a lot of people in my life, but that personality is Mr. Sandeep Maheshwari. Mr. Maheshwari is a successful entrepreneur, motivational and inspirational speaker. Apart from this, he is a famous personality, and he is famous among youngsters because they are considered that person his mentor. I read about this person last year from an article. Then I came to know about that person. He grew up in an middle class Indian family. His family was into the business, which collapsed, and now the responsibility was upon him. He was a very brilliant student. When he was in the final year of his graduation, he dropped his studies because he wanted to help his family members financially. At the age of 19, he started his career as a model in Bollywood industry, but due to harassment and exploitation of other celebrities, made him scary, and he left that field. At the same time, he decided to help other struggling models, um, uh, and he started his career again as a freelancer photographer. In the year 2003, he created a world record of taking shots of 10,000 photographs of more than 100 models in just 10 hours and 45 minutes. He always says like that a success comes from experiences, and experiences comes from failures, bad experiences or failures, we can say. The best part about him, which I liked very much, now he is sharing the success stories of his life with the entire world, and he motivating the people, especially youngsters, in his free life changing seminars. um, I met this person a couple of years ago, in his free life changing seminars. Then I came to know about him. He was a very struggler, and he did a lot of struggle in his life, and I learned a lot. And if I get a chance in my future to meet him again, then definitely I will gain a lot of information from that person.
Thank you so much, dear, for sharing that input. Actually, initially your voice sounded too monotonous. However, later you picked it up. Your content-wise, it was all good. Grammar was okay here and there, minor ones like motivating instead of the word motivate. That's all. So, and then you try to use conditional sentence as well. If and or, if at all I get a chance, I would do this. It's an imaginary situation. So I shall share notes on
Okay.
that so that, your sentence would get enhanced, improved rather. So apart from that, your speaking was good, dear. So a good amount of practice as well that, and time as well that you have invested. So thanks so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear.
I said I would like to speak. I've met so many people in my life, but today I like to mention a particular person that I met once and would like to know her better. And this is Mrs. Mary. She is a nurse by profession in her middle 40s. She is working in one of the hospitals in Nigeria. I met her in one program in 2004. That was Advanced Life Support Program. The day I met her, even though I've not seen her before, she was so friendly to me. She's caring, unselfish, big-hearted, and supportive. In that program, I could remember that the program was so difficult in such a way that so many doctors and nurses that registered for the program started declining. Even me, I wanted to give up. But because of her magnetic personality, she did not allow me. She rather encouraged me to continue with the program, that I can pass it. And I heed to her advice. At the end of it all, I was able to credit the courses. And I felt so happy. I was over the moon when the results came out and I discovered that I passed. So after 2 days, we were dismissed, we were through with the program, and she left. So because of the way she encouraged and helped me, I want to see her over and over again and know more about her. I felt so happy knowing that kind of person. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, dear. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And you were able to, sequence some of the sentences here. So I think you have good vocabulary too. Probably a little more content and little more, ideas that you would have got. Probably it would sound better there. Okay, let's work towards it. Thanks, yeah.
Ma'am, should I
Yes, who
speak?
was?
Can I speak, ma'am?
Yes, dear.
Here is Farkhanda Jabeen, and I was asking you to, can I speak, ma'am?
Okay, dear. Okay, dear. Please go ahead. Next, you could take it on, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Many people meet us in our routine life, but some people left everlasting effect in our minds. And we want to wish to meet them again. With me, I met heart once in my life when I was a college student, and there was a seminar in my college, and she was a vice principal of Pindi College, and she came in my college to address her address, and I just took a glance on her, and how beautiful lady she was. Her and when she started to talk, and it seems to me that she is spreading a magic in the air. Everyone was stunned and everyone was quiet to listen her. I was also in her effect. I was just looking at her. Even I was noticing her dressing, the way she was speaking, her dressing, her style, even her perfume smell. Everything was awesome. I was very much impressed. Even at the end of the session, I go to her, I made her, I it her, and I want to take a selfie with you. And even I took a selfie. I listen a lot many things about her, that she is very kind and she's very generous. That all the things added some things, making her more precious for me. And I wish I could meet her again in my life. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for that, dear. There was, some network connectivity issue from your end, actually. We could, some words we missed. However, overall, we will have to work on past tense, dear, like go, that is went, actually. Left, someone who has, left, leave. So all of that, words that we will actually work on. Tense forms first. Next thing, you could have used connectors when you're trying to explain. Like, see, though I met her for the very first time, I was really impressed. You could start using though, although, even though in your speaking, dear. That will add on to your scores because these are considered as conjunctions. This is one of the parameters and it is very important. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, dear. Thanks so much. Yes, let's take the next candidate. You could take the turn. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. In our life, we came across with so many people. Some of them even inspire us. I wanted to tell you about a person whom I met 2 months before in a marriage ceremony of my friend. My friend had invited me to attend her barat function. On the day of that function, I met with so many people there. From all of them, there was a lady who was sitting in a bridal room along with my friend, and she was wearing a sari that day. She was looking so pretty and gorgeous that I felt really attracted toward her. I wanted to know about her, so I took initiative to talk to her. She told me her name Sabah, and she told me that she was doing a job as a major doctor in army from a long time, and she was married and she has two little kids also. So I asked her question that how she managed time between her tough job and her married life. So she had told me some experiences of her life, and she had told me that whenever she came back after her job duties, she always managed time to cook food for her husband and her children, and she even teach her children by herself. That really inspired me that she was a lady who was not just pursuing her career, but she was also spending a successful married life. So her way of talking was really polite. I got really impressed. When I came back home, I felt like that I should talk to her again. So whenever I get a chance to meet her again, I will definitely um, uh, I will definitely go with it, and I will definitely like to know more about her.
Thank you, dear. Here we will have to, when it comes to positive, here and there. So, but some connectors use, you were narrative in your story. trying to explain the same in sequence. Let's add some sequence connectors and then we will try and use. See, words like kids, KIDS, should never be used because it is considered to be an informal word. You can go to Google yourself and try and type in kids and type in the meaning. It will show you whether it is a formal word or an informal word. Please
Okay.
avoid informal words in IELTS speaking. We
Okay.
might end up
Thank
losing. Your scores will, eventually come
you.
down. Next thing, dear. Apart from that, plural form. Children is itself. Child is singular. Children is plural. So let's have that, learnt as
Okay.
well. Apart from that, yes, past tense, dear, which is very important. I got to meet her in one of the weddings. All right.
I got
So
to meet
meet,
her. Yeah.
met, we will focus on that. Yes, dear. That's all. Okay.
Okay,
Best.
ma'am. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, now it is better, dear.
Okay. Last year during my summer vacation, I went for a music concert in Harare just to unplug from the work stress and academic pressure, and that's so that I could spend some time with my family and friends. During the concert, I got to meet a lot of artists who sings a lot of eclectic types of music, and also the top influencers in my country. I met Mr. Strive Masiwa, who is well known for having a lot of successful businesses. Other than that, he is also known for helping underprivileged children and some non-government organizations. He was given a chance to perform and he spoke about how he grew up, which was very, very fascinating, and I really enjoyed his speech. He said that he grew up in a family which could not afford to take him to school, but he managed to work very hard and and change his life. I would really love to meet Mr. Strive Masiwa in the future because I have I would love to own my own business and also have a non-organizational company which can help some orphans and street kids. And I feel like if I get to meet him face to face, he could motivate me and encourage me. And on top of that, also tell me some tips and some tricks on how to do better in my life. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, dear. So that was narrative as well. Your past tense was all in place. Some, right connectors used to give, opposite ideas as well. So
Okay.
I appreciate that. So a little more, lexical resource being added, your speaking would look more presentable, scores wise too. That would actually pull up your scores, dear. So could we work on a bit when it comes to lexical resource? That's all.
Okay.
So we had someone from this, name, Redmi 9. Yes, dear, you could take a turn. You could speak.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, dear.
Here I'd like to talk about one such person, Rohit, who was invited as guest in my sister's marriage. I met him in there. I was really bored and I started talking with him. Why I don't know. I felt happy to talk with him. He's ordinary and good looking. I want to know him because to hate our friendship. I felt good and kind about him. I came to know polite and good mannered at him. He was not answering my all questions. I want to talk more about him, but he's not answering my all questions. So he gave me his contact number and I will again meet to him.
Is it all, dear? So I think we need to work on grammar, past tense form, wanted to meet him, all of that. So let's concentrate on the past tense of verbs, sentence structure, dear. So there was just one connector that you used. So let's have some more connectors used. We're not asking for numerous ones, but something which you could tweak in and have sentences presented. That sounds even better. When
Okay,
it
ma'am.
comes to Q card, it is very important that you give us additional information about that particular person. Talk about, you could talk about his physical appearance, his or her, then talk about their personality trait. When I say physical appearance, talk about, how that person looks like he's tall, short, she has shoulder length hair, whatever you would want to describe about that person. And then talk about personality trait, like she or he is kind, polite, generous. Use probably introvert, extrovert. You have a lot of words. I'm going to be sharing that in the group as well when it comes to personality trait and physical appearance. Please do refer, and that is going to immensely help you when you're talking about any individual for that matter.
Okay.
So that's all that we have for today. So it's already time. We shall end the session. So I shall see you all tomorrow, the same time. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for your active
ma'am.
participation.
Thank you, ma'am. We are so
Welcome.
grateful. We appreciate your efforts, your time. Thank you, ma'am. We are grateful.
So do we appreciate your
Thank you, ma'am.
participation as well. Yeah. So keep participating, preparing, and keep others motivated as well. People who did not get chance to speak today, I'm so sorry. So we shall give you a chance tomorrow.